Hey everybody, welcome back to the Dungeon Dive. Daniel here. Okay, well I hope everybody's doing well and staying safe and healthy. I know on my last video I did the unboxing for Hunter's AD 2114 and I said I was looking forward to getting that to the table and playing it. However, after reading about 12 pages of the rule book and already having about a dozen questions of what the rules actually are, and realizing that that game in no way, shape, or form will fit on my small gaming table here in my little hobby room, I realized that my brain right now is just not in the space to learn something complex. That's just where I'm at right now in my life, right? With everything else that's going on. Worrying about if we have enough cleaning supplies and fruits and vegetables is far more important right now than than worrying about trying to learn a new complex board game. But I really want to get back to creating videos on a regular basis and I think maybe some people, videos on YouTube, it's a way that it can help people get through hard times by having this kind of entertainment, and I like doing it. And so I'm just going to have to realize where my brain is, where I am in life, and then tailor the Dungeon Dive experience to that. So with that said, what we're going to do is we're going to do a super casual playthrough of Talisman, the Magical Quest game, 2nd edition, with a couple expansions, with the adventure expansion, with Timescape, with the dungeon, and the main board. And it's just going to be a single character. I'm just going to kind of play through the land, see if I can get to the end. So one thing we are going to do though is it is going to be a thematic play, and I thought this would be pretty cool to pretend that we are playing kind of a sequel to Evil Dead 2, whereas Ash has the Chainsaw Warrior here. We'll pretend that's Ash, and he has just, sealed the Necronomicon and the evil in the cabin, and he has fallen through the portal, and he is in the vortex, being transported back in time to this magical realm. And instead of the Army of Darkness land, Ash is going through the magical realm of Talisman here. And so I thought that might be kind of fun. Just a little backstory to figure out why this chainsaw warrior here is traversing and questing through this fantasy land. So the chainsaw warrior, he has 4 strength and 2 craft. And then his special abilities are that he starts the game with the chainsaw and the medikit. He may roll 2 dice in combat and use the higher of the 2 scores. And I am never panicked by the satyr, which I'm not sure we'll ever come across that, but I just wanted to pick him kind of thematically to represent our hero Ash. And he does start in the vortex there. His alignment is neutral and he starts in the vortex. And then his starting equipment here, we have the medikit. And this is an object that will heal 2 lives, discard after 1 use. And his chainsword or his chainsaw here is I can add 2 to my strength when using that as a weapon in combat. All right, so that's pretty cool. So we're not going to actually get to any gameplay today. I just wanted to do this quick introduction and talk a little bit about how we are going to play. So we are going to be using most of my house rules. One of the house rules we will be using is we will be using the deck of cards for movement and combat, and you'll see how I do that. And because of the Chainsaw Warrior's ability where he gets to roll 2 dice, you'll also see how we'll handle that using the house rule with the deck of cards. So basically, we have a deck of cards here, numbers 1 through 6, plus I think there are 4 jokers, which are wild. And we will be dealt a hand of 6 cards. And we have to play through this whole hand before we can get new cards. And these will represent the rolls of dice with 1, 2, 4. Jokers can be anything, and 2. And we use these cards only for movement and combat. Anything else, we have to roll the dice. And so we can pick a value for combat. Like let's say we wanted to pick this 2 or something, or use the 1s and 2s for movement and the 4s, and use the jokers as 6s for combat. But since I can roll 2 dice, what we'll do is we will roll 1 dice for combat, and then I can pick one of my cards to use instead of that dice value. So that won't be my starting hand. I was just giving an example there. And then let's see, what other house rule will we use? We will use the close enough rule, to where if we land on a space adjacent to one of the corner spaces, we can go ahead and move into that corner space for free. That does a lot to speed up the game, because the corner spaces are usually the most important spaces to get into. And let's see, what other house rule am I going to use? I think the other house rules were basically used for when you're using dice for combat and movement. So if I can think of any others, I will let you guys know before we actually start playing. We will be using the Talisman, the Adventure, so we'll have the alternate ending with the Dragon King, the Demon Lord, the Crown of Command, the Horrible Black Void, which would be totally appropriate for Ash to fall into that again, Pandora's Box, or the Belt of Hercules. So we'll shuffle those up, and we will draw one at random to see, but we don't know. So all right, let's take that one. We have Sealed Ash's Fate. We will put that there in the center. So that is what we are striving for. And then we have our decks of adventure cards here, of which there are quite a few. I have 3 different decks. We have our decks of spells, our decks of purchase items, our talisman, and then over here we have our purchase cards for Timescape and our dungeon adventure cards. And like I said, this character does start in the vortex of the time-space realm, and on our first turn we will have to roll to see where our character comes out on the main board. And for those of you who have not played Timescape Talisman, there is a data sheet here that details some of the special spaces on that board. So yeah, all right. So I just wanted to jump into this and give a quick introduction about what we're going to be doing. And I will be back tomorrow for the first adventure. And I think we're probably going to do, I don't know, about 30 minutes a video or so. It could take quite a while to get through the game. I'm not sure. We'll see. Maybe I'll die quickly. You never know with Talisman. It's always a crap shoot of when and what and how things are going to play out. So yeah, that's it. So all right, guys, again, stay safe, stay healthy. I hope everybody is doing well under all of these crazy circumstances. So have a good one, guys. We'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.